Then there came to Jesus from Jerusalem Pharisees and scribes, saying, "Why do your disciples go against the teaching of the fathers? For they take food with unwashed hands." And in answer he said to them, "Why do you, yourselves, go against the word of God, on account of the teaching which has been handed down to you? For God said, 'Give honor to your father and mother,' and, 'He who says evil of father or mother will be put to death.' But you say, 'If a man says to his father or his mother, that by which you might have had profit from me is given to God, there is no need for him to give honor to his father, and you have made the word of God without effect because of your teaching. You false ones, well did Isaiah say of you, 'These people give me honor with their lips, but their heart is far from me, but their worship is to no purpose, while they give as their teaching the rules of men.' And he got the people together and said to them, 'Give ear, and let my words be clear to you. Not that which goes into the mouth makes a man unclean, but that which comes out of the mouth.' Then the disciples came and said to him, 'Did you see that the Pharisees were troubled when these words came to their ears?' But he said in answer, 'Every plant which my Father in heaven has not put in the earth will be taken up by the roots. Let them be. They are blind guides. And if a blind man is guiding a blind man, the two will go falling into a hole together.' Then Peter said to him, 'Make the story clear to us.' And he said, 'Are you, like them, still without wisdom? Do you not see that whatever goes into the mouth goes on into the stomach, and is sent out as waste? But the things which come out of the mouth come from the heart, and they make a man unclean. For out of the heart come evil thoughts, the taking of life, broken faith between the married, unclean desires of the flesh, taking of property, false witness, bitter words. These are the things which make a man unclean. But to take food with unwashed hands does not make a man unclean.' And Jesus went away from there into the country of Tyre and Sidon. And a woman of Canaan came out from those parts, crying and saying, 'Have pity on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is greatly troubled with an unclean spirit.' But he gave her no answer. And his disciples came and said to him, 'Send her away, for she is crying after us.' But he made answer and said, 'I was sent only to the wandering sheep of the house of Israel.' But she came and gave him worship, saying, 'Help, Lord.' And he made answer and said, 'It is not right to take the children's bread and give it to the dogs.' But she said, 'Yes, Lord, but even the dogs take the bits from under their master's table.' Then Jesus, answering, said to her, 'O woman, great is your faith. Let your desire be done.' And her daughter was made well from that hour. And Jesus went from there and came to the Sea of Galilee. And he went up into the mountain and took his seat there. And there came to him great numbers of people, having with them those who were broken in body, or blind, or without voice, or wounded, or ill in any way, and a number of others. They put them down at his feet, and he made them well, so that the people were full of wonder. When they saw that those who had no voice were talking, the feeble were made strong. Those whose bodies were broken had the power of walking, and the blind were able to see. And they gave glory to the God of Israel. And Jesus got his disciples together and said, 'I have pity for the people, because they have now been with me 3 days and have no food, and I will not send them away without food, or they will have no strength for the journey.' And the disciples say to him, 'How may we get enough bread in a waste place to give food to such a number of people?' And Jesus says to them, 'How much bread have you?' And they said, 7 cakes and some small fishes. Then he gave an order to the people to be seated on the earth, and he took the 7 cakes of bread and the fishes. And having given praise, he gave the broken bread to the disciples, and the disciples gave it to the people. And they all took food, and had enough. And they took up of the broken bits 7 baskets full. And there were 4,000 men who took food, together with women and children. And when he had sent the people away, he got into the boat, and came into the country of Magadan. And the Pharisees and Sadducees came, and, testing him, made a request to him to give them a sign from heaven. But in answer, he said to them, "At nightfall you say, 'The weather will be good, for the sky is red.' And in the morning, 'The weather will be bad today, for the sky is red and angry.' You are able to see the face of heaven, but not the signs of the times. An evil and false generation is searching after a sign. And no sign will be given to it, but the sign of Jonah." And he went away from them. And when the disciples came to the other side, they had not taken thought to get bread. And Jesus said to them, "Take care to have nothing to do with the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees." And they were reasoning among themselves, saying, "We took no bread." And Jesus, seeing it, said, "O you of little faith, why are you reasoning among yourselves, because you have no bread? Do you still not see, or keep in mind, the 5 cakes of bread of the 5,000, and the number of baskets you took up? Or the 7 cakes of bread of the 4,000, and the number of baskets you took up? How is it that you do not see that I was not talking to you about bread, but about keeping away from the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees?" Then they saw that it was not the leaven of bread which he had in mind, but the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Now when Jesus had come into the parts of Caesarea Philippi, he said, questioning his disciples, "Who do men say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say, John the Baptist, some, Elijah, and others, Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." He says to them, "But who do you say that I am?" And Simon Peter made answer and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus made answer and said to him, "A blessing on you, Simon Bar-Jonah, because this knowledge has not come to you from flesh and blood, but from my Father in heaven. And I say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock will my church be based, and the doors of hell will not overcome it. I will give to you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever is fixed by you on earth will be fixed in heaven, and whatever you make free on earth will be made free in heaven." Then he gave orders to the disciples to give no man word that he was the Christ. From that time, Jesus went on to make clear to his disciples how he would have to go up to Jerusalem and undergo much at the hands of those in authority and the chief priests and scribes, and be put to death, and the 3rd day come again from the dead. And Peter, protesting, said to him, "Be it far from you, Lord, it is impossible that this will come about." But he, turning to Peter, said, "Get out of my way, Satan. You are a danger to me because your mind is not on the things of God, but on the things of men." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If any man would come after me, let him give up all, and take up his cross, and come after me. Because whoever has a desire to keep his life safe, will have it taken from him. But whoever gives up his life, because of me, will have it given back to him. For what profit has a man, if he gets all the world with the loss of his life? Or what will a man give in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will give to every man the reward of his works. Truly I say to you, there are some of those here who will not have a taste of death, till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." And after 6 days, Jesus takes with him Peter, and James and John, his brother, and makes them go up with him into a high mountain by themselves. And he was changed in form before them, and his face was shining like the sun, and his clothing became white as light. And Moses and Elijah came before their eyes, talking with him. And Peter made answer and said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you will let me, I will make here 3 tents. One for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While he was still talking, a bright cloud came over them, and a voice out of the cloud, saying, "This is my dearly loved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Give ear to him." And at these words, the disciples went down on their faces in great fear. And Jesus came and put his hand on them, and said, "Get up and have no fear." And lifting up their eyes, they saw no one, but Jesus only. And when they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus gave them orders, saying, "Let no man have word of what you have seen, till the Son of Man has come again from the dead." And his disciples, questioning him, said, "Why then do the scribes say that Elijah has to come first?" And in answer he said, "Elijah truly has to come and put all things right. But I say to you that Elijah has come, and they had no knowledge of him, but did to him whatever they were pleased to do. The same will the Son of Man undergo at their hands." Then the disciples saw that he was talking to them of John the Baptist. And when they came to the people, a man went down on his knees to him, saying, "Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is off his head, and is in great pain. And frequently he goes falling into the fire, and frequently into the water. And I took him to your disciples, and they were not able to make him well." And Jesus, answering, said, "O false and foolish generation, how long will I be with you? How long will I put up with you? Let him come here to me." And Jesus gave orders to the unclean spirit, and it went out of him, and the boy was made well from that hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately, and said, "Why were we not able to send it out?" And he says to them, "Because of your little faith. For truly I say to you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Be moved from this place to that,' and it will be moved, and nothing will be impossible to you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting." And while they were going about in Galilee, Jesus said to them, "The Son of Man will be given up into the hands of men, and they will put him to death, and the third day he will come again from the dead." And they were very sad. And when they had come to Capernaum, those who took the temple tax came to Peter, and said, "Does not your master make payment of the temple tax?" He says, "Yes." And when he came into the house, Jesus said to him, "What is your opinion, Simon? From whom do the kings of the earth get payment or tax? From their sons, or from other people?" And when he said, "From other people," Jesus said to him, "Then are the sons free. But, so that we may not be a cause of trouble to them, go to the sea, and let down a hook, and take the first fish which comes up, and in his mouth you will see a bit of money. Take that, and give it to them for me and you."
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more awesome video, and turn on the notification bell so you'll get notified when I post new video.